Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, Vicki. Thank you so much for hopping on. Where are you calling from today?
I'm actually in frigid Ann Arbor, Michigan, where we have snow on the ground. How about you? You're in California,
Well,
aren't you?
yeah, I'm in Southern California. I don't want to
I'll
say
try
it with
not
a
to be
big
too
grin.
jealous about
Yeah, I
that.
don't want to say with a big grin because I know how people would react. But I am originally from New Jersey, and we have all four seasons. I think that was a blessing for me to experience all that. Some people don't know what it's like to kind of go through all four seasons
That's true.
and go through the extremes of it. So that's why I'm here. So
Good choice,
uh,
I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much for hopping on. We're here because we're discussing the ultimate vegan health and weight loss bundle that we're all super excited to talk about. But since we're both new to each other and new to each other's audiences, I figured let's introduce ourselves. What are we doing? Why we're so passionate about, and then we'll start from there. Okay.
Great. Absolutely. So I'm Vicki Brett-Gach, and I am the founder of Ann Arbor Vegan Kitchen at annarborvegankitchen.com. And I'm a blogger. I've been writing, creating recipes and sharing them on annarborvegankitchen.com for about 10 plus years now. And over the years, have become so passionate about creating and sharing recipes and helping people learn how to do this healthy way of eating in their own homes that I have become certified as a vegan lifestyle coach. I'm also a plant-based culinary instructor, and I also help people to so I'm a coach, culinary instructor, and help people as a personal chef as well with this kind of food. And I'm also a new author of a book called the Plant-Based for Life Cookbook. So I'm super
Yay.
excited about helping people understand how easy it is to eat well.
And going off of that, number one, congratulations. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dr. Colin Zhu. I am the founder of TheChefDoc, which I started 6 years ago as a platform and a different way to reach my patients, different types of clients, people more broadly and impact further than what I can do in my four walls of a clinic and office. Because under the auspices of a healthcare system, modern healthcare system, you just don't get enough time, right? It's like 5 minutes if you're lucky, right? And so made a lot of detours, and here I am, being able to promote what I love, which is food as medicine. I teach from a whole food plant-based approach. And my question to you is, Vicki, what do you find the most common challenges that people run into that you come across? Just give me like three when it's trying to transition.
So that's a great question. And I'd say probably number one is not knowing where to start, not knowing what kind of food it will take if they're not putting an animal product at the center of their plate, where to start to create a meal. So, starting with the food, I'd say that's number one. Second, I'd say that it's people struggle with how to work around other people's eating habits in their home or in their social network. So, if they've got family that is not supportive of a change, or perhaps friends or extended community that gives them a little bit of a raised eyebrow about it, or maybe even confrontational in questioning if
Mm-hmm.
it's a good idea, it can really make it more difficult for people to make these changes that might be required to make them healthier and feel better. So I find over and over again with clients that are kind of backsliding, that their systems aren't all put together with all the puzzle pieces about what to do to kind of prepare for a restaurant experience or people coming into their home that might not eat this way and things like that. So those would be
Yeah.
a couple, but just kind of putting the food together so that you can kind of create exactly what you need to feel your very best and want to jump out of bed every morning because you can't wait to eat this food.
For sure, for sure. And I can, relate to that because, I'm lucky enough to have my own lifestyle medicine practice, which is from home. And for those of you who don't know what lifestyle medicine is, it's based off of the six pillars. Diet, physical activity, social connectedness, stress management, restorative sleep, and avoiding risky substances. And I help people, transition. Being a family practice doc, you meet people from all walks of life, and you meet them where they're at, and not, it's not an all or nothing, black or white. It's really about small, actionable steps, and moving them along on the spectrum towards a whole food, plant-based approach. And it's just three words: eat more plants. Right? Better for you,
Right.
better for the community, better for the environment. But yes, I agree with you. It's really, time is definitely one of them. Support system, right? It's very, very hard, especially if you're the only one that's trying to kind of, fight, for your health, and others don't really understand, maybe because they're not battling the same chronic, illnesses and diseases, and just not knowing where to start. And I think this bundle is a great, way to be able to get started. How did you start on your journey? Just being this amazing coach and instructor and chef. How did you get your start?
Thank you. Well, that's kind of you. Thank you. I started, well, over 12 years ago, and I was moved, compelled after reading the China study to make a change in what I was eating. I actually my mother-in-law had pancreatic cancer at the time. I had lost my own mother to illness. She had been diabetic and had heart problems for much of my growing up years. And so I was always aware of, just kind of that in the background of the family history. So I've always been interested in nutrition. I just didn't have the best information that I was working from. So it took me a while to kind of unpeel, peel the onion, I guess, to learn more. So once I learned, from what T. Colin Campbell was talking about, and started to read Dr. Esselstyn and Dr. Barnard and Dr. McDougall, and just kind of get more and more involved. I became so passionate. I wanted to share what I was learning and cooking in my own kitchen, of course, with my family. But once I got so excited about what I was creating and how great the food tasted, despite people's, when you those early years when I was vegan, people would say, well, this is vegan, it doesn't taste, it doesn't, people are
Right.
surprised when it tastes good, right? There's this sort of thing that people attach to it. But I just got so excited about how great this food tasted. And I've always liked cooking, and I just got really into the idea of sharing what I was creating in my own kitchen and making it easy enough that it could be accessible to other people. And then one by one, as I became a coach, helping other families learn to do the same thing in their own kitchen. And there's just nothing more exciting for me than to work with people that start out with health challenges, and literally
Mm.
you see them, and you see this every day. But not being a physician, for me to kind of be on the other side of helping people actually do it in their kitchen,
Yeah.
and no longer need medication for diabetes. And, I mean, I've been had the opportunity to be part of a couple of pilot programs at a local hospital, actually with Dr. Brakey, who was running a couple of different pilot programs to help people get off completely, reverse diabetes type 2 through diet, and being able
Mm.
to participate in that, teach people to cook meals in their own home that would help them live a healthy lifestyle from now on forever.
Yeah.
Once you know this stuff, it's just so amazing that we didn't know it earlier, right?
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. I mean, um, in a lot of other countries, when you look at the blue zones, it's more ingrained in
Hmm.
their lifestyle, their culture. And, here in America, it's just, in my opinion, a lot of competing interests. Competing deep pockets. The deep pockets can afford, the billboards and the commercials and the Super Bowl ads, and it's the psychology of marketing. If all you see is processed and refined junk, right?
Right.
And it's just, it could be very misleading. So it takes an army, of us. And literally, this is what this bundle is. For me, it was, I became where I'm at mostly because of my mother. She's a traditional Chinese medical doctor. I didn't come from a long line of MD, so I was more groomed to really look at a person in a very holistic fashion. Went to school, realized that I wasn't being educated enough in terms of diet and lifestyle nutrition. Made a lot of detours. After school, I went to a culinary school that was plant-based and health supportive, and got certified in health coaching, and just made it a mission to really teach others, especially healthcare professionals, because they're the gatekeepers, they're the
Right.
community leaders, they're the role models, right? And there's a lot of studies that show that, and surveys, less than a quarter of medical schools not receiving, only just a nutrition course, only a less than a quarter. Has gone much better, since that survey. And when you have that paucity, physicians and healthcare professionals alike are not as confident, right? So it's like a double
Right.
whammy in a way. So we're hoping to make that change. We're hoping to push the needle a little bit. And yeah, I'm pretty excited.
That is so fascinating. You are one of a kind that has this understanding from both sides, that comes from a medical background and then also knows what to do in the kitchen. It's just amazing. So,
Yeah,
can you
thank you.
talk a little
Appreciate it.
bit about what you have in the bundle?
Oh yeah, for sure. So in terms of the bundle, if you guys don't know what the bundle is, it's pretty much an amazing what is it? A compilation, right? I think
Yeah,
compilation only applies like
collaboration. Yeah,
only applies
yeah,
musically, right? But I like to
yeah.
think of this as a
I like it.
compilation.
Yeah.
And it's over 100 different contributions, with about 100 contributors, and it's all kinds of stuff. You got plant-based doctors, you have dietitians, you have fitness trainers, just really compassionate folks. And what I love about it is, you know, what I've observed over time, being a content creator myself, is that people learn differently, right? Whether visually, audibly, hands-on, immersive experiences, and this bundle affords the opportunity to, do all of it, right?
Yes.
And what I'm contributing to answer your question is two things. One is I love helping people transition like yourself. I created an audio course, which is an hour long, for people that are curious on not knowing how to transition. So I teach them how to stock their kitchen, pantry, fridge, freezer, how to navigate a supermarket, and your go-to, kitchen utensils and appliances. And the second item is a 21-day challenge based off of my book, Thrive Medicine. Thrive Medicine is a half memoir, half self-empowerment book on learning how to thrive. It's really important to kind of, having a set of toolbox strategies in terms of shifting towards a positive mindset. The pandemic has really taught us that, life is very short, fragile, and precious, and mental health is very hard to ignore. And I don't think it's, I think it's paramount that we no longer think of it as taboo or stigma,
Yeah.
and that it's equally as important as your physical health. And so the 21-day challenge is a video companion to the book, which is also audio. And both of them live in my new app, which got released a couple of weeks ago. So
Yay.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah,
That's
thank you. Thank
fantastic.
you. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I have. Vicky, what are you contributing for yours?
Well, first, I have to say, I can't wait to download yours. I am
Thank you.
really, I mean, that's fascinating information and so valuable. We all need that so much. And
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to exploring that further when this week quiets down a little bit and we can have time to really enjoy everything in the bundle. There's so much there.
There's
But
so much.
thank you for asking. I actually created a mini course that I call Plant-Based Meals All Week. Next level batch cooking for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mhm.
And it's a little ebook with full color photographs, with easy recipes that I make week after week. as well as 3 videos that are instructional and help people understand how to make this happen in their own kitchen by using their time well. And I think in just about an hour spent in the kitchen, you can batch cook pretty much everything you'll need for several days, if not for the whole week, and maybe for the whole week as well, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I call it next level batch cooking, not just batch cooking, because there's something for every meal. I have a baked oats. I call it Purple Magic baked steel cut oats. That's a recipe you can make a large batch of in the oven while you're doing something else in your instant pot. For example, making a pot of my red lentil black bean soup, or a pot of mashed potatoes in your instant pot. Maybe you've got some black rice cooking in your rice cooker. I've got a recipe for no-bake fudge bars that have, of course, no sugar or oil in them. Salads, a salad dressing, my favorite cheese sauce, smoky beans, roasted vegetables, lots of things like that. So you can kind of mix and match to make all of these, again, quite easy. I think if there's a descriptive that applies to all my recipes, it's that they're all easy and they're all really delicious. These are the same recipes I make in my own kitchen and teach my clients. And they're things you can make week after week and use and mix and match in new ways. So that's
That's
what I've done.
awesome. I like it. I love mixing and matching. And the key phrase is really the batch cooking, right? Because we're all busy. If there's anything to have things, a little bit more, more quick, a little bit more efficient, we're all about it. But I'm a big advocate that good food does take time. So yeah, so the bundle, just to iterate for people, is it's only happening for a few days. It's actually ending February 12th, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. And it's more than $6,000, value, and you're only paying for it, $49, which is only one-time cost, not a recurring cost, one-time cost, 49, you get all this. And wouldn't you say, Vicki, that I think if we were to dive into it, it'd probably take, more than a year to finish. It's just so much stuff.
Absolutely. There's so much there that you can continue to learn from. And you get this information. You have a whole year to actually download whatever you want, or all of it, or pick and choose. And it's yours forever once you've done that. And there's so much there. Yoga teacher training certification. And like you mentioned, there's cookbooks and videos and webinars and master classes and workout routines and guides to decluttering and detoxing and microgreens. And there's just an endless amount of information, more than anyone could imagine is there. So I would really urge people, because last year when we had a completely different bundle, because again, this is only here for, as it is with this collaboration, for like 4 more days or something,
Right.
4 or 5 more days.
And every
And
year
then
is
it's gone
different.
forever. Yeah, it's a unique compilation or collaboration. It'll be gone after that, and then everything would have to be purchased individually at retail price,
Sure.
at that point.
Exactly.
But it's so amazing. It's just a profoundly valuable investment in your own health, or for those you love. I think it'd be a great Valentine's gift for people, from your heart to theirs, to help
Yes.
people, and even
Cook
people,
your date dinner.
yes. And even, whether you're already eating it in a way that you're happy with, or have a lifestyle that feels comfortable, or you're moving toward it, wherever you are on the journey and wherever your loved ones are on the journey, there's something there for everyone. I
Yeah.
really feel like it's just, you have to at least take a look.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say parting words for me would be, definitely focus on your journey. And even if you don't have that support system, just keep moving forward. And I think the best, way of, treating, helping others is really showing up, and, living your own example, and just you doing it first. If you can do that, you're, leading by example, and you show others and give permission to others that they can do it too. So your family and friends may not be on board, but they will. So
They will. That's right.
any
They
parting
will.
words, Vicki?
I would just say thank you for having me, Dr. Sue. It's really a pleasure talking with you, and I'm really impressed by everything that you know and do and have shared in the bundle. I'm really excited about that as well. And just, if people have questions for either of us, feel free to message
Yes.
us. My website's AnnArborVeganKitchen.com. Feel free to message me on Instagram as at A2VeganKitchen. And just a pleasure to talk with you.
Yes, yes, pleasure is all mine. And you guys could find me at the Chef Doc on most social media platforms, and my website is thechefdoc.app, APP. So until then, we will see everyone in the bundle. So thank you a lot, Vicki, and we'll
My
talk to you
pleasure.
soon. Okay.
Thank you.